Good viewers, so once again welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, I will bring you the very best. A very popular Biafran agitator came out on X crying and saying, who is really against the Biafran? Is it the military or the government? Because a lot has been happening in the southern east of Nigeria. How the military will catch Fulanis and the herdsmen and bring it out that it was gotten from the IPOB members. Mr. Ralph, this is coming out currently. Who is fighting the Biafran?
Thank you so much. War against Biafra that started in 1966, ended in 1970. 1970 has not yet ended. It has not finished. Who are fighting Biafra? Is it the military? Is it the Fulani? Is it the Nigerian government? Is a multifaceted question. A question with many departments. And the answer is what I'm going to feed you right now. The people that fought Nigeria fought with Nigeria for Biafra. They fought against Biafra. They fought alongside with Nigeria to bring Biafra down. Germany, Egypt, Chad, Niger, Britain, and so on and so forth. Even Russia, because the Ojukwu contract with Russia did not work. So they went home and come back. Russia went home and come back again. Helping Nigeria, helping Britain to bring that race down. Igbo. Are you listening to me? So currently we are facing another dimension of war in Igbo land. The current people fighting the Biafran land right now, the Biafran people is number one, federal government of Nigeria. It is an abomination to mention Biafra at Aso Rock. If you make mention of Biafra right now at Aso Rock, nobody will hear about you again. They will not only pay you, they will cheer your mates among themselves. It is an abomination to mention Biafra in any gathering in Nigeria. You can mention Ariwa, people will applaud you. Hey. The public of Oduduwa or OPC, Odua People Congress. Hey. Republic of Biafra, United States of Biafra. Everybody go knock on your head. Because that name is an abomination to Nigeria. It's a name that will bring liberation, salvation to the people of this contraption. And that is what Satan, the head at Aso Rock, doesn't want to hear. The head at Aso Rock is a Satan. Yeah, Satan. Issue. That's why by me mentioning Biafra, anywhere you are, hide your head, then go fire you. Biafra too mean well. Ogala name Biafra land is start from Idoma, Egala, Igbo, Efik, Ibibio, Ikwere, Ibanke, Eso, Bini, Edo, the whole Niger Deltans and former Bende states. All the ethnicity in that state are all from Biafra land. They don't want it. So the forces that are fighting Biafra in Nigeria is multifaceted forces. The military are there, the Fulani soldiers, the Nigerian police, Nigerian politicians, Igbo politicians. The forces that are fighting Biafra are too many. Let me use that language. Too many. If nobody has spoken it before, I profess it if it is a crime or grammatical crime. Let me be the offender. The forces that are fighting Biafra are too many. Fulani forces in Nigerian soldier, Fulani forces in police. Nigerian governors who are wasting their time says they are ruling in the southeastern Nigeria while they are all saboteur. Sabotage to the Igbo nation. Charles Soludo, Hope Uzodinma, sabotage to Igbo nation. Pete Amba, Francis Nwabule, sabotage to Igbo nation. These are the forces combined together militating against Biafran factors of emancipation. It's not one force. Forces, fellow Igbo brothers that are saboteur, Apilamu, need a word of sense. Fellow Igbo brothers are fighting Biafra too because they don't get sense. Igbo history blind men and women, people that don't know history, they have not even opened their book to read history. To know that history will help you to judge the present. Apilamu, they are fighting Biafra. They don't know. Act of ignominy. Actors that doesn't understand. He has been singing, Fulani made me rich. Who is Fulani to make you rich? Riches comes from riches come from Chukwu Okike Abiama. Fulani can never make a man rich. Okay, listen, the forces that are fighting us right now is not only in the Nigerian army. You can see all the greedy Igbo politicians who could not stop at nothing to play hanky-panky, Fulani hanky-panky. Fulani hegemony. They are the one bringing Fulani hegemony to Igbo land. That's why Igbo man, real Biafran youths could not see Nigerian soldier or military vehicle without absconding into the bush. Because you know, Hababuogi. And only Ebule making a broken and a zero court. Nigeria is the owner of court. Forces fighting against Biafra, Britain is there. Mama Chale fight. Mama Chale died in his 90s, if not up to 100 years. Mama Chale fought Biafra. Now, Papa Chale, American king. Papa Chale the Kokadendo, Philip. Philip. Chale is now the king of England. Chale is now old man because of what? Wickedness. Chale age is not old though. Chale is a young man though. If you don't see Chale now, Chale is an old man because Chale is a wicked man. Why? His father said if it could cost 500,000 Igbo to die, let Biafra not come. That was what Queen Elizabeth made a statement in 1967. I'm telling you that Mama Chale contributes to what Igbo man is going through today. Are you listening to me? Chale is a young man. It's because of Afonjo, wickedness. That's why Chale is looking 120, while Chale is in his early 70s. Chale is a wicked man. The whole oil in Biafra land, Chale is sucking the entire oil in Imo State. What about the black gold crude oil? Chale is making use of our crude oil. At least 75% of our crude goes to the UK because of Mama Chale.
Well said, Mr. Raf. As usual, you've done the analysis very well. Now, the Fulanis are currently rejoicing because the proposal has been agreed between the Turkish government and Nigeria government, because initially they refused for the US to come and intervene and pitch their tent. Now, the Nigerian government are sending their militaries to Turkey for training. What would you have to say? Have the Fulanis really won this battle?
I'm telling you that the Fulanis over the years, they are constituting nuisance, serious one, using their bloody, policy or hegemony to divide and rule in Nigeria. And this divide and rule is affecting Igbo man the most, because they succeeded on at least antagonizing, strategizing with all our sister tribes in the Niger Delta region to go against us. That's why today I insert my example that we cannot see, very difficult to see Akwa Ibom man, that is Ibibio, palling with Igbo, seeing Igbo man as his friend. While before the inception of our independence, the rule, when we operated regionalism in Nigeria, the regionalism when we are parliamentary system of government, the Igbo land, the southeastern Nigeria, actually colluded together with Ibibio, Efik, Ogoni people, Ikwere, Edo, everybody to form a very reliable government in that region that actually thrived more than any other region in Nigeria. Why? Fulani hegemonies. They use divide and rule, telling lies to Ibibio, telling lies to Efik, telling lies to Igala, telling lies to Idoma, that we are not one. It is Fulani that instigated all of them. But before, when Emma Okpara was the premier of East Central region, the Amabios, go and read the history, Amabio father, Amabio family, in Tadiwa, they are together at Enugu capital as the capital of East Central region of Nigeria. Enugu. Ogoni people like Sarowiwa, go and do your research. Ogoni people, Sarowiwa and all his brothers, they are there at the Enugu State House. As our brothers, they constituted 75% of Emma Okpara cabinet. Okay? Isaac Boro was a University of Nigeria, Suka reading, Adaka Boro, that betrayed Biafra. When he was reading and when he finishes, he will go meet them at Enugu State House to be part of at least Eastern region government. But what happened? Fulani used Isaac Boro, Adaka Boro, turned him against Biafra. Oga Fulani hegemony. They have started a very long time ago to nail the Igbo'S, to become thorns on the flesh of the Southeasterners. Adakaboro caused trouble in University of Nigeria because that was how the war broke out. He was a student activist. He could not uphold that ideology, what he stood for, until 1967 when he was leading the federal troops to go and tell where Ojukwu and Biafra military, were ambushing or laying let me say, use the word, as guerrilla warfare against Nigerian troops. Oga, what did we do you? Sarowiwa, where did Ojukwu get it wrong? Oga Sarowiwa, what did we do you? May your soul rest in peace. Likewise, my brother Igbo'S, I'm sending my message across to his soul. May their soul rest in peace. But what is it that Igbo man did? That these people turned their back, answering to Fulani's instruction. They nearly nailed Biafra, destroyed all of us. If not that we are Igbo warriors. And that was how the war actually come to an abrupt end. After Igbo'S lost his wife, Kensarowa could not die. What happened to Kensarowa was in 1996, 30 years today. The same Fulani, the same North, actually beheaded Kensarowa. Under the supervision of General Sani Abacha, is Sarowiwa paying a price? Do you think is not boomeranging, law of karma, retribution of what Kensarowa did to Ojukwu during the war? That's why Sarowiwa paid the ultimate price, and the Igbo'S were not deterred from being Igbo. Life goes on when Kensarowa died. Adakaboro was shot by the federal troops. Life still went on there, and life is going on now when all these people died. So what they are asking me about the Fulani hegemony, they have been in this part of contraption over the years, and it is very difficult and impossible for Fulani man to collude with Igbo man to run whatever system of government they like. It is not possible. Why? Because Igbo man has refused to bow before Islam. Igbo man has refused to be part of mosque. Igbo man can never ever answer to Allah Akbar. No. We refuse to be Islamized. It is impossible. Fulani can never ever bring Igbo man down. We refuse to be Islamized. The cries of the Igbo'S are spreading, calling for help of that, oil-rich land called Biafra. The entire coastal state of Biafra region, that is having Atlantic Ocean as the international shelf, will rejoice very soon when Donald Trump is going to make it known in the White House that signing Nigeria disintegration bill has come. And that is what is very, very much awaited among the American lawmakers, congressmen. They are coming to announce it when Donald Trump finally endorses it. The whole world will see by themselves. Somaliland is free, a country ravaged by Islamists. Islamic radicals over the years have been bargaining for the lives of the Christians in the Horn of Africa country, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Tigray, Burundi. Then you have Somali. Somali is the latest country to have been announced right now on the continent of Africa. Even it has made known to the entire global superpower that Somali should be an independent nation. Somaliland is divided, carved out of the Islamist, ravaged Somalia. So right now, Biafra is waiting. Donald Trump and Mr. Vance, what is it that is delaying you? The cries of Igbo maidens, the wailing of southeastern Nigerian voices, have they not gotten up to your ears? We are crying, sending our messages across the White House, Capitol, and the American lawmaking body, congressmen. It is high time the Igbo'S, get their independence and turn their back on Nigeria. Nigerian nation has become hellfire to the Igbo'S, a country, a group of people that were neglected since 1970, almost 56 years ago, after the war, promising them compensation and reparation. Till today, even tomorrow, Nigeria government under supervision of Buhari or what do you call him, Tinubu, is not looking towards that side, compensating Igbo man for stealing all his properties at the axis of River State, Port Harcourt. Let me tell you, exploitation of the Igbo man by stealing their money, the whole money they budgeted in the bank, when the then Nigerian Minister of Finance came back after the war, and do what? Relinquish only 20 pounds to every billionaire Igbo man. That was the policy that Awolowo used against the Igbo'S. Southwest, you have offended the Igbo for many times, and you have never come out and own it upon you and say, sorry, we offended you. Time is coming. Biafra is going. That is the time we are all marching towards the southeastern Nigeria. And that is the birth of a new nation. I'm telling you, Vance is the American Vice President. Donald Tusk is the US President. They have promised us, and we are seeing the handwriting on the walls. All over White House, all over Knesset, Israeli lawmaking body in Jerusalem or Tel Aviv. Every one of the lawmakers in the land, Zion, they are discussing about Biafra. Biafra is birthed. B-I-R-T-H-E-D. Biafra is born. And here we are.
Talking about discussing Biafra worldwide, a secret meeting was held yesterday with Ngozi Orabueze with the person of John Carter, one of the US congressmen, a senior member representing Texas. And this has really sent a panic to the Aso Rock currently. What would you have to say prior to this meeting? Because it was a secret meeting between Ngozi Orabueze and John Carter himself.
Yes, Her Excellency, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, is actually doing good jobs. Just like what our former Prime Minister in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, was actually representing too well when he was, in that designated office or position. Orabueze has gone too far, having this kind of consultation, dialoguing with the American congressmen, even special advisors to Donald Trump, and most of the powerful White House officials about emancipation of Biafra, the Prince of Africa. I'm telling you that it has cut across Biafra land, even right now, as most of my Yoruba friends, followers, and fans in America have been tweeting to me, sending on Instagram and through WhatsApp and Facebook that Yoruba Oduduwa agitators, they are gathering in America to make sure that Oduduwa as a country in the Southwest emerges. So I'm seeing it as a multifaceted, let me say, podium, at least created by the Biafrans in diaspora America, Biafra veterans America, Biafra, let me say, sympathizers. As they were doing good job in USA, let me tell you, it has actually announced us too well that Biafra emancipation manifestation is overdue. And I'm telling you right now that meeting they are having together is spelling something out. What does this spell? It is looking towards at least giving instructions, very strict one, to all the Nigerian military forces, their bases and barracks, even police stations in the southeastern Nigeria, to start evacuation. Evacuation process, it doesn't hurt. It is for harmony. It is for peace and tranquility in the southeastern region. We don't want anything like waste of blood, and no country fights two civil war in the world history. We've actually fought one civil war, and that civil war has come to stay. The impact and the resultant effect of the civil war we fought from 1966 to 1970 still remains the future of what is going on in Biafra land today. Biafra is coming as fast as possible. We have fought the war. Nigeria declared no winner, nobody was defeated. So this time around, it is a thing of peace. It is a thing of dialogue, international dialoguing, that NATO, the most important NATO piloters, I mean the US, are coming in conjunction with the Knesset lawmaking body in Israel. I think with the support of Canada and Germany, that Nigeria is going to disintegrate peacefully. Let Fulani go. Let Hausa go. Southwest is here. Igbo man must go. So when Biafra is calm, I think every region shall take care of its own domain, fiscally and spiritually. I don't think economically and politically any region in Nigeria could be better than Biafra land.